After the court makes an award of alimony, it can be modified up or down or even terminated. Today, let's jump into a topic that's often in the minds of those going through divorce or separation. That is spousal support. You might wonder, what exactly determines how much spousal support one might receive or pay? Well, let me break it down for you today. First off, it's important to know that in Georgia, there's no hard and fast method of calculation of child support, also known as alimony. Now, compare that to child support. For child support, the court looks at each parent's income, the cost of daycare and health insurance and some other factors, and then there's an actual child support calculator that spits out a number. But not with alimony. You can't simply put in each spouse's income and come up with a number. Alimony calculations are way more nuanced than that. In Georgia, the factors considered by the courts when determining whether to award alimony, as well as the duration and the amount of alimony payments, can include the following items. Now, before I give you the list, realize that can and must are not the same, so don't go too far overboard with any one particular factor as I give you this list, okay? All right, here's the list of what the court says can be considered. First, the standard of living established during the marriage. Second, the duration of the marriage. Third, the financial resources of each spouse, including income and assets. Fourth, the time necessary for each spouse to acquire educational training to find employment. Fifth, the contributions of each spouse to the marriage, including homemaking, childcare, and support of the other spouse's career. Sixth, the age and health of each spouse. Seventh, any marital misconduct or fault, if relevant. Eighth, any other relevant factors deemed equitable by the court. Typically, when I explain alimony and when I deal with alimony in a divorce, we're generally discussing three elements. We just pretty much simplify it. What we say is the needs of the receiving party, the ability of the paying party, and the behavior of the parties toward each other. And that pretty much encompasses that whole list I just gave you. So how is alimony paid? Well, it can be paid in periodic payments, or as a lump sum payment, or perhaps through the transfer of property. The duration and the amount of alimony payments will vary widely depending upon the circumstances of the marriage and those other 8 factors that are in the Georgia Code Book, the ones I just went over. After the court makes an award of alimony, it can be modified up or down or even terminated based upon a change in circumstances, such as a change in the financial situation of either spouse or the remarriage of the recipient spouse. Something else for you to know is that if you and your spouse come to an agreement on alimony, rather than the court making that determination for you, you have the option of including language that waives the ability to modify the alimony. Now, that could be a good thing or not a good thing, depending on what happens later on down the road. When a judge makes an award of alimony, however, it's always subject to being modified later. And the reason is that the court cannot tell you that you can't modify it later. Only the parties themselves can waive that right. Hey, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to click subscribe, like, follow, and turn on the alerts so that you'll get notified when we post our newest videos. Please share these videos, leave us some comments, ask us questions, tell us what other topics you'd like for me to talk about. Join our Facebook group at Georgia Divorce and Custody for more information. And as always, I look forward to seeing you on the next video.